Good morning. It's Monday and it's time for some book talks. And apparently, I read a lot last week. Who knew? Yesterday, I finished a book in the morning and I wanted something to read in the afternoon. So I just started a book I'd already read before because it's easy and I enjoyed it. And it was so easy, I managed to finish it. We have it in the library. It's called Heartbones. I don't know why my phone just will literally not show up over here, but Heartbones. We have it, but I put it in someone's hand last week, and so it's not actually in right now. It's a book by Colleen Hoover about a young woman who has just graduated from high school, and she comes home to find that her mother is dead on the couch with the needle stuck in her arm still. So she calls her very, very absentee, but apparently not deadbeat dad, and he books her a plane ticket to Texas. And she's like, Texas? He's like, yeah, I mean, I live in Texas. And so she goes to Texas for the summer, and they actually stay in their beach house on the Bolivar Peninsula, which is right off Galveston Island, which is where I grew up. So it's always fun to read a book where you recognize the places. So that's nice. I also, when they talk about the ocean, I can sort of see it and hear it and feel it from all of my childhood visits. But she meets a young man who isn't all that he seems, and he tells her that pretty much up front. Don't make me answer questions because I don't want to lie to you. It's not your typical romance. It does have a happy ending and some first loves, and it's really great. I love Colleen Hoover, almost everything she writes. So this one was also good for the second time. Also, When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. This is a mystery. Takes place in Brooklyn, and most of the main characters are black, and they live in a nice Brooklyn neighborhood where people are trying to buy the houses and fix them up. Gentrification, as it's called, which wouldn't be a bad thing, except neighbors who never meant to sell are somehow gone, and white couples are moving into their house. And it's fishy, but it's super fishy when one time the neighbors who move in keep the dog from the previous owner. And so there's a mystery as to where these people are disappearing to, where the funding's coming from, what the plot is. It turns dark pretty much right at the end, but it turns super dark. And it's really good. I love Alyssa Cole as an author. She usually writes romance, most often black characters who are strong and smart and funny, and I've enjoyed everything that she's written. This one was just a little weird. It's her first foray into the mystery genre, and I don't know that affected it or if just the plot line was so strange, but it was good. And if anyone is interested, we will happily buy it for our library, but someone needs to say they want it, because to be honest, I've already read it, and I'm the one who reads a lot of mystery around here, so if you want to read it, let us know. All right, I'm on book 5 of the Bridgerton books, To Sir Philip with Love. This one is about a sister again. The first one was about a sister, and then we had 3 brother stories, and then this is Elkeles. So in a time where it is inappropriate for a young lady to be in a parlor or a drawing room with a man that she is not her brother, like even your cousins kind of suspect, but she takes off in a hired carriage and goes a couple towns over to stay with a widower and his 2 children. You can imagine the scandal that ensues. But it was really cute. I am enjoying the Bridgertons very much. Open Road Summer is exactly like you would expect. It's a YA romance where the main character, her best friend, is a country singer and she's on tour. And Reagan is the best friend who always goes with her. They bring on another opening act, and there's some blossoming romance happening there, and a whole lot of expiration dates. That kind of idea that when the tour is over, we have to break up kind of thing. That was really good. So Wild Crush is book 2 of the Wild Card series that I talked about. I did not love it quite as much as book 1, but it was good. I enjoy Simone Elkeles and her entire town and series. This book does take place in the town adjacent and in the same town as the Perfect Chemistry series. And so there is a little bit of overlap. 2 of the people who have an entire book in the Perfect Chemistry are in this book, just peripherally related. All right, and last but not least, keeping you a secret. This young girl is dating a guy, and a new girl comes to town. This new girl is unapologetically out. She is, in fact, the only out kid at their school. And so the main character is like, I mean, okay, sure, you do you. But then she decides maybe she really does like this girl. And so what's interesting about it is the keeping you a secret part. It's not the girl who is presumably still in the closet, but the girl who is out who says, let's not tell anyone. It didn't work out well for them, actually. It was a good book. There were bits that made me just so angry. There were books that made me just want to throw things. But I liked it. We do have it in romance, which makes you think that it's maybe a little happier than it is. But it did end well. So that's good, right? If you guys want any of these books, they're ready to go. Come talk to us about books and check something out.